Hey everybody, this is Thunder. You know what? I felt I had to speak from the heart today because there's a lot of stuff happening right now that is very, very dubious, very questionable in the world today. And the thing that is happening right now is that we got a bunch of maniacs at the wheel that are trying to push us into another confrontation or another war or another mass killing. And you have to ask yourself, what side are you going to come down on? And the side that you come down on is very simple. It's the side that is the truth speakers, or the people that are speaking truth from the heart. And that's not really too hard to tell, because you can tell who a liar is just by looking in their eyes. And these people in this government, in this United States government right now, I mean, they come on the television or you see a clip of them on YouTube and they got this grim look on their face about the war in Syria and we got to go to war again, but they don't have any proof. And even the United Kingdom, who is the allies of America, voted down unanimously to have any kind of action in Syria, and the French followed suit. Now, Russia has warships in the Mediterranean. Obama is out there hanging out on a limb in this country, and they're out there on a limb right now. They kind of painted themselves into a corner, and so it doesn't look good. Now, you got to hope and pray for the best, because if this happens, anything could happen. I mean, if they start shooting missiles in there, Patriot missiles or whatever they have, if they send drones or Hellfire missiles and they start targeting places in Syria, and Syria and the Middle East and all that is really the heart of civilization. That's where civilization began. So I look at that as kind of an omen. See, it was here long before America. So what is this about? Is it about, is it about the oil? Is it about that oil pipeline that they want to get in there and be able to get the oil from Turkey to wherever so that Europe can buy oil from a different source than Russia, because Russia has that all tied up right now? In fact, that may be the reason UK pulled out, because Russia supplies them with all the natural gas. Russia has huge resources, folks. Let me tell you, they got lots of oil. They're way ahead of everybody. They got tons of gold, and they're not in that bad a position, really. And China, who is their ally, and Iran and Syria, I mean, we're going up against the other half here, the other balance, maybe. Unless they've got us completely tricked and they're all one and they're all just playing a big game here, which is also possible. But whatever's going on here is not good, because it's a pretext. It's all a pretext. And you can see right through it. I mean, you can see through these lying jerks. You can see through it. See it in their eyes. And you can see them skirt around the important questions, and just like they did in Iraq, it's all getting rather old. It's all, These people are not coming from the heart. They are not for mankind. They are not for the planet. And you have to trust what your heart tells you, just like the title of this show. You have to trust your heart. How does it feel in your heart? Are these people really telling you the truth? I mean, these are the same people that got the NSA spying and supposedly, and countries spying against spy versus spy, like in the Mad magazine. They're mad. These people are mad. They're insane. I wouldn't invite any one of them to dinner. I wouldn't want them even around me. I wouldn't want their energy around me. And yet that energy is what controls everybody in America, everybody in the world. So what do? Well, we got to come from the heart and refuse to do business with them, refuse to communicate, refuse. We got to turn our backs on them, not go along with the program. And I don't know how you're going to do it. That's up to you. That's up to each individual. I'm not here to instigate any kind of action. That is up to you. I would never say take action in a violent manner, now would I? And I would never say do this or do that. But if you come from your heart, you know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. And I'll say that again. You know what needs to be done. And there's all kinds of ways of doing it. But it's either take action or die, basically, the way I see it. I mean, with, the Apache, I want to talk about the Apache here, and I have a picture of an Apache warrior up here. They didn't take any crap, okay? And they had their intelligence sources. They were called scouts. I've talked about this before. And they knew when people were lying, and they knew what they had to do to protect themselves. And they had no qualms about doing it. People need to think more like the Apache, whose name this country is just disgraced by naming their helicopters the Apache helicopter and using Operation Geronimo, blah, 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 on and on and on. I'm telling you right now, you really need to think coherently and look around and see what's going on. Now, you may say, I just want to remain neutral. Okay. Remain neutral and watch it all go down. That's cool too. I'm not saying you know why I'm here? I'm just here to wake people up and say, hey, we're on the verge of something here. Because this isn't like other interventions in the Middle East. This is a little bit different. Because we got the superpowers, all the superpowers kind of involved here with a stake. Or at least that's what they're making us think. But maybe it's just a move to make some kind of huge transition into another monetary system or whatever. We don't know. All I know is this. I don't like the fact that a lot of innocents are being killed. 100,000 people in Syria, 100,000 more. And I don't even want to talk about the rest of the countries. So we're getting into the millions now on the planet. And just because it's not happening here in America, does that make it any different? This is your fellow man. Everybody is a tribal person, a tribal member. And it will come to your doorstep if you turn a blind eye. So you better pay attention. You better listen to what I'm saying. Just listen. Then do what you want to do. Take it into account. But I'm telling you right now, this is way, way, way crazy. It's insane. And it's happening all over the world. But this will affect the whole world. This will affect the whole world if this continues on like it's going. And people are going to suffer I mean, the suffering is going to be so massive and so heartbreaking. I mean, in this country too. So get ready, people. I mean, if you got a place where you can go that's out of the city, I would suggest it very highly. If you have a place where you can be self-sufficient and be your own person and just get away from depending on anybody else or the government as little as possible, having your own garden, whatever, flee to the hills, brother, because that's what the Apaches did. When they got in trouble, they went to the mountains and they hid out in the caves and they had caches of food. And they knew exactly where the water and food was that they had stored away earlier. And they went from mountain camp to mountain camp and they stayed away from the bad energy and the bad people. And if the bad people came to them, well, they took them out quick. They either took them out or died trying. So there's your clue. There's a little clue for you. That's an option for you, because that may be the only option you have left to survive this. And I don't even want to talk about the natural things that are going on and the things with nuclear power plants. But the Hopi spoke of the gourd of ashes, and that has to do with nuclear, and it could be nuclear arms, because prophecy says that nuclear arms might be used in a limited fashion. The gourd of ashes, the Hopi, the Bible, everything. So if that's the case, that means a lot of people are going to die from nuclear radiation. So I just want to leave it here pretty much, but I felt that I had to get this out. Trust what your heart tells you. If it feels wrong, it probably is. You got to go by your intuition sometimes. And so I'm going to kind of leave it there today for you to think on this thing. But hey, you don't have that much time to think about what side you're going to fall down on. What side are you going to come down on? Because there isn't a lot of time, people. The worst thing you can do is be complacent. Just throw up your hands and go, oh, it'll take care of itself. It won't. Can you imagine if Geronimo would have done that? Oh, it'll take care of itself. No problem. So anyway, I'm going to go to my website now. Okay, now this is my website here, and up here you can see it says Spirit of Crazy Horse, all one word.com. And of course, we know about the triple W. Spirit of Crazy Horse. Here's a little bit about me here, the bio about Thunder Hands. And I've written 3 books: Thunder in the Wind, Listen to the Wind Speak from the Heart, and Emergence. Got a couple of Native American flute CDs that I play on. There's a newsletter you can fill out. Here's a thing you can click on to see about seminars that I give. That's presuming the world's still around. And here's a donation button. Please donate. That helps me keep things going here. Helps me in innumerable ways. Because, folks, I'm not a rich person, okay? People think, because I got a book out that I'm making a lot of money. I'm not. And I'll tell you why, because you never make money on your first book deal or your record deal. Ask anybody in the know. So, but my main purpose is just to get the word out. So I appreciate any donations that you can send my way. And again, go to Spirit of Crazy Horse. Has a search engine you can search. Well, no, I guess this one doesn't. My other website does. But adios, people. And if you do want to go to my other website here, just hold on a minute here. This is my other website, apachetracker.blogspot.com. And you can go here, and there's all kinds of stuff about Apaches and Geronimo and just a whole lot of stuff you might be interested in. My book Emergence. And I have another one, the Native American Taoist. You can click on there and go there. So I have 3 blogs. So I appreciate you listening to me today. Just wanted to let you know about me, and I got a lot of stuff on here about what I talk about. So I'm going to say adios again and take care. Blessings to you all, love to you all, and hey, come from your heart, please.